Worked another day of Big Pats Under Hood. With so many things to do, so many projects to work on, it just takes time to figure out which one takes precedent, which one should work on next, what should I do, how in depth should it be, do I need the vehicle as a daily driver, is this my only source of transportation? These are questions that every gearhead, every car person should ask themselves. Is this part that I'm gonna buy? What type of part should I buy? Should I get a part from a salvage yard? Should I go to a junkyard? Should I go to pull your part? Should I do that? Should I just wait and go to AutoZone or O'Reilly or one of these parts chains where I can have a warranty on the part? And a lot of your salvage yards now they're like here in Houston, to pick a part, you can buy a battery for $60 and it's got a lifetime warranty on it. A lot of the parts they do the same thing with. So everybody's now into the competition of just getting the consumer in and also making sure they have a good quality part that the consumer pulls and some type of recourse to keep getting money. And that's a smart thing. But let me show you some of the things that I'm going to get working on here. As you can see, I have a yard full of vehicles, but these are what belong to me. The Texas Edition Silverado. Nothing needs to be done yet, but I'm going to put some of the automatic running boards on it. It's equipped with the 5.3 direct port injection engine. The Range Rover here needs nothing, but I'm going to change the wheels out on to get those die-cast looking wheels off, and I'm going to put some on that's going to either match the body or be something that'll be color matched in maybe brushed aluminum. The Camaro here needs nothing. 2000, it's a 10-year-old car. I barely have 30,000 miles on it. Don't have 30,000 miles on it. Matter of fact, never been wrecked. Been raced a little bit, but otherwise been pampered. But really don't want to change much on the car. I've been thinking about somewhat putting a one of those Edelbrock G-Force superchargers on it, and maybe upgrading the wheels, same size, but upgrading the wheels to some US Mags or something like that. Just haven't really found anything that really catches my attention. This is a project that I've had since 1982. Ex-car of mine that I raced, turned back into a street car, took all the stuff off of it, and now I'm getting into the electric fan phase of it. These are two fans that I had from a previous project, and I personally don't think that the fans are gonna move enough cubic feet of air in order to keep the engine cool in it. I have a aluminum radiator and all that in it, high flow water pump, stuff like that, but just don't know if that's gonna do it. So I'm looking now to research to get same size fans so I can have dual fans, but with bigger engines on them, with bigger motors on them, so they'll do more air. My bagger here, well, it's pretty much self-explanatory. You can see that it needs to get the fairing painted, get that on it. Earlier today, I completed the installation of the Daymaker headlights on it. Did that earlier. Daymaker headlight and passing lights. Was able to retain the factory turn signals on it by taking and simply drilling and retapping the retainer for the turn signals. My beloved 82 short wheelbase pickup that I've had since 82. You all are new to the channel. This is a build that started with me bringing the truck home, and the engine had a tap in it. Under further diagnosis, found out that the thrust washer was gone on the crank. So what I did was yank that engine out, didn't do anything else with it. That engine is sitting right here. That's the big block that came out of this truck. 1977 model, 454 4-bolt main. Took it out, and I had this other engine that I had as a core, as a spare, just in case, and decided that what I would do was rebuild it. So this engine was already bought 40,000. When then had the block done, ended up having to get heads for it because the heads I had were junk, new crank, new rods, pistons, all of it. And I detailed the build and showed the parts list of the pistons, the parts, the cam, everything I used. I used a Summit street strip cam in it, and it sounds rather well. But everything in this engine has been replaced. Nothing in this engine is old. So I put a 700 R4 transmission in it. I had a 400 in it for a long time, but since I'm not going to be pulling it anymore, I put the 700 in it. So that would give me the overdrive where I could be able to cruise 70, 75 miles an hour, 1600 RPM. All I have left to do now is some minor things, get the air conditioning back hooked up and vacuum down and recharge it, and then just do some minor things. Then it'll be on to the paint body shop. But remember this right here: no matter what you're doing, what you're working on, preparation is key. Preparation is the key to everything you're doing. Take your time. Make you up a plan before you even turn one bolt by one part. Think of what your intent use for the vehicle is. And as you're making your plan, stay along with that. Is it going to be something you're gonna hot rod? Is this going to be just a cruiser? I mean, how extreme are you going to go? How far are you going to take it? What is the intended use? And be realistic with yourself. What are you really going to use it for? And build it, but buy the best quality equipment that you can buy when you are working on the vehicle. Don't cut any corners. Don't be in a rush. Take your time. Shop around for deals. Don't be in such a hurry, because remember this: when you spend your money, you can't get it back. If you buy a bad part or the wrong part, you're pretty much stuck with it, because nobody's going to want to buy it off of you. And if you buy from a reputable parts place, you can send it back and get your credit back or whatever. But don't do that. Just make you a detailed list of what you want for your vehicle or your project, and stay along those lines. And remember this: always, always, always take your time. Don't be in a hurry. Do the best job that you can. And in the end, when it's all said and finished and done, you will really appreciate what you have done. Just a last look at what's going on. The short wheelbase is the latest project that I'm working on, because the Monte Carlo is already done. It needs nothing but body work and paint, and it'll be ready to go. So I'm pretty much don't need to do anything else to it but just that body work, paint, and it's ready to go. The truck, for the other hand, needs quite a bit of work still, because I'm just doing a shakedown on it and getting it back running and stuff like that. And so with anything that's been sitting for a long time, you got to go over everything, like the charging system, the cooling system, the brakes, and those kind of things, and the suspension, all that. I got to do the suspension on it. I got all the stuff from a Summit to do the polypropylene up and lower control on bushings. I'm going to replace the bowl joints up and lower. I got polyurethane or sway bar links and everything like that, and going to put all that together. So that, I still have quite a ways to go with the truck, but just showing you that what you can do if you just take your time. You just take your time and map it out. And when you finish, believe me, you will be very proud of what you've done, how far you've came, and the things that you are looking for to do to the vehicle. If you're building, regardless if you're just doing something to go to the local car shows and ride to the cruise nights, or if you're building a class or entered Restomart, or you want to do a antique or ground up restoration, whatever you want to do, just remember this: take your time. Don't be in any hurry. And you can also enjoy what it is to have and not be a spectator, but actually be a participant. Isn't that gorgeous? No LS here, no pun intended.